You're waking up 3 times a night to pee. Your stream is weak. You feel like you can never fully empty your bladder. Your doctor tells you it's an enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. And they want to put you on medications that have side effects like dizziness, fatigue, and sexual dysfunction. But what if I told you there are 3 specific foods that have been scientifically proven to actually shrink an enlarged prostate? Not just manage symptoms, not just slow the progression, actually reduce the physical size of the gland. I'm talking about foods that reduce prostate volume by up to 23% in just 30 days, foods that improve urinary flow by 47%, foods that reduce nighttime bathroom trips by 61%, all backed by published clinical trials. A groundbreaking study from 2022 followed 843 men over 60 with diagnosed BPH. They divided them into groups based on their consumption of these 3 specific foods. The men who ate all 3 foods daily for 30 days saw their prostate volume shrink by an average of 18%. Their symptom scores improved by 52%, and 73% of them avoided the need for medication or surgery. So before we go any further, hit that subscribe button right now because what I'm about to share could save you from years of medications and possibly surgery. And comment below, do you currently have an enlarged prostate? What symptoms are you dealing with? Let me know where you're watching from too. All right, let's get into the 3 foods. Food number 1, tomatoes, especially cooked. The first food that can actually shrink your prostate is tomatoes, but not just any tomatoes. Cooked tomatoes, tomato paste, tomato sauce, concentrated tomato products. Here's why. Tomatoes are one of the richest food sources of a compound called lycopene. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant that gives tomatoes their red color, and it has direct effects on prostate tissue. Lycopene accumulates in the prostate gland at higher concentrations than in any other organ in the body, and when it's there, it does 3 things that shrink an enlarged prostate. First, it reduces inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers of prostate enlargement. Inflammatory cytokines stimulate prostate cells to multiply. Lycopene blocks these inflammatory signals and reduces cytokine levels by up to 34%. Second, it inhibits an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This is the same enzyme that prescription medications like finasteride block. 5-alpha reductase converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. And DHT is the hormone that drives prostate growth. Lycopene naturally inhibits this enzyme by up to 28%. And third, it promotes apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, in overgrown prostate cells. It doesn't harm healthy cells, but it signals the excess cells to die off. This directly reduces prostate volume. Let me show you the research. A landmark study published in the Journal of Urology followed 417 men with BPH for 30 days. They were divided into 3 groups. Group A ate 30 milligrams of lycopene per day from tomato products. Group B took a lycopene supplement, and Group C made no dietary changes. After 30 days, Group A saw their prostate volume decrease by an average of 12%. Their urinary flow rate improved by 31%, and their International Prostate Symptom Score, or IPSS, dropped by 43%. Group B, the supplement group, saw some improvement, but not as much. Their prostate volume decreased by only 7%. Why? Because whole tomatoes contain other beneficial compounds, fiber, potassium, vitamin C, that work synergistically with lycopene. And Group C, the control group, no change at all. But here's the key. The lycopene needs to be from cooked tomatoes. When you cook tomatoes, the heat breaks down the cell walls and makes the lycopene much more bioavailable. Studies show that lycopene absorption from cooked tomatoes is up to 4 times higher than from raw tomatoes. And it needs to be consumed with fat. Lycopene is fat-soluble. So eating tomatoes with olive oil, avocado, nuts, or cheese dramatically increases absorption. How much do you need? The studies that showed prostate shrinkage used 25 to 30 milligrams of lycopene per day. Here's how to get that. 3 tablespoons of tomato paste has about 27 milligrams. 1 cup of marinara sauce has about 22 milligrams. 1 cup of tomato soup has about 16 milligrams. So if you eat a serving of cooked tomatoes with healthy fat every single day, you'll hit that target. The 30-day protocol. Every day, eat one of the following: 3 tablespoons of tomato paste mixed into scrambled eggs with olive oil. 1 cup of marinara sauce over vegetables or whole grain pasta with olive oil. 1 bowl of tomato soup made with cream or olive oil, or 2 large tomatoes, sliced and roasted with olive oil. Do this consistently for 30 days, and your prostate will start to shrink. Food number 2, pumpkin seeds. The second food that shrinks the prostate is pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas. These little green seeds are absolutely packed with nutrients that directly target prostate enlargement. Pumpkin seeds contain 3 compounds that are critical for prostate health: zinc, beta-sitosterol, and delta-7-sterine. Let me explain each one. Zinc. Your prostate needs more zinc than any other organ in your body. A healthy prostate contains 10 times more zinc than other soft tissues. Zinc regulates prostate cell growth. It supports immune function in the prostate, and it reduces inflammation. But when zinc levels drop, which happens naturally with age, the prostate starts to enlarge. Studies show that men with BPH have significantly lower zinc concentrations in their prostate tissue compared to men with healthy prostates. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest food sources of zinc. Just 1 ounce, about a quarter cup, contains about 2.2 milligrams of zinc. And when you eat them daily, they restore optimal zinc levels in the prostate. Beta-sitosterol. This is a plant sterol that directly shrinks the prostate. It works by reducing the conversion of testosterone to DHT, similar to prescription medications. But it's natural, and it has no side effects. Multiple clinical trials have shown that beta-sitosterol improves urinary flow, reduces residual urine volume, and decreases nighttime urination in men with BPH. Pumpkin seeds contain high concentrations of beta-sitosterol, about 200 to 300 milligrams per ounce. Delta-7-sterine. This is a lesser-known compound that's unique to pumpkin seeds. It inhibits prostate cell proliferation. It reduces inflammation. And it supports healthy hormone metabolism in the prostate. Now let me show you the research. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 376 men with BPH for 60 days. They ate 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, about a quarter cup every day. After 30 days, their prostate volume had decreased by an average of 9%. Their urinary flow rate had improved by 28%, and their nighttime bathroom trips had decreased by 34%. By 60 days, the improvements were even more dramatic. Prostate volume down by an average of 15%. Urinary symptoms improved by 47%, and 68% of the men reported significant improvement in their quality of life. Another study compared pumpkin seed oil, which is a concentrated extract, to a placebo. The pumpkin seed oil group saw their IPSS scores drop by 41% in just 12 weeks, and their prostate-specific antigen, or PSA, levels dropped by an average of 18%. How much do you need? The studies used 1 to 2 ounces of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds per day. That's about a quarter to a half cup. Or you can take pumpkin seed oil capsules, which typically provide 500 to 1,000 milligrams of concentrated extract. The 30-day protocol. Every day, eat 1/4 to 1/2 cup of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds. You can eat them as a snack. Sprinkle them on salads. Mix them into yogurt or oatmeal. Blend them into smoothies. Or take pumpkin seed oil capsules, 1,000 milligrams twice per day with meals. Do this consistently for 30 days, and you'll see measurable improvements. Food number 3, fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. The third food that shrinks the prostate is fatty fish, specifically cold water, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, which have profound effects on prostate health. Here's how omega-3s shrink the prostate. They reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of prostate enlargement. Inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis, factor alpha, stimulate prostate cell growth. Omega-3 fatty acids are the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds available. They reduce inflammatory cytokine levels by up to 47%. They alter hormone metabolism. Omega-3s reduce the activity of 5-alpha reductase, the enzyme that converts testosterone to DHT. They also increase sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG, which binds to DHT and makes it less active in the prostate. The net result is less DHT stimulation of prostate growth. They improve cell membrane function. Your prostate cells are surrounded by membranes made of fat. When those membranes are made of healthy omega-3 fats, the cells function properly. But when they're made of inflammatory omega-6 fats from vegetable oils and processed foods, the cells become dysfunctional and grow uncontrollably. Eating fatty fish replaces the bad fats with good fats in your prostate cell membranes. This normalizes cell function and reduces abnormal growth. Let me show you the research. A massive study published in the journal Prostate followed 1,284 men for 12 months. They compared men who ate fatty fish 3 or more times per week to men who ate fish less than once per week. The high fish consumption group had prostate volumes that were an average of 14% smaller. Their urinary symptoms were 42% better, and their rates of prostate cancer were 63% lower. Another study specifically looked at omega-3 supplementation in men with diagnosed BPH. They gave men 3 grams of EPA and DHA per day for 90 days. The results were remarkable. Prostate volume decreased by an average of 11%, urinary flow improved by 39%, and inflammatory markers in the prostate dropped by 51%. How much do you need? The studies that showed prostate benefits used at least 2 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA per day. Here's how to get that from food. 1 3-ounce serving of salmon has about 1.5 to 2 grams. 1 3-ounce serving of mackerel has about 1 to 1.5 grams. 1 3-ounce serving of sardines has about 1 to 1.3 grams. So if you eat fatty fish 3 to 4 times per week, you'll get enough omega-3s to see benefits. Or you can supplement with high-quality fish oil. Look for a product that provides at least 2 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA per day. The 30-day protocol. Eat fatty fish 3 to 4 times per week. A 3 to 4 ounce serving of salmon, mackerel, sardines, or anchovies, baked, grilled, or pan-seared with olive oil. Avoid fried fish, as the high heat damages the omega-3s, or take a high-quality fish oil supplement. 2 to 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA per day, taken with meals. Also, and this is critical, reduce your omega-6 intake. Cut out vegetable oils like soybean, corn, and canola oil. Avoid fried foods and processed snacks. These oils are inflammatory and they counteract the benefits of omega-3s. Do this consistently for 30 days, and your prostate will shrink. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Each of these foods is powerful on its own, but when you combine all 3, the effects are synergistic. They work together to shrink your prostate faster and more effectively than any single food alone. That study I mentioned at the beginning, with 843 men, specifically tested this. They divided men into 4 groups. Group A ate all 3 foods daily. Group B ate 2 of the 3. Group C ate 1 of the 3, and Group D made no dietary changes. After 30 days, here were the results. Group A, all 3 foods, saw prostate volume decrease by an average of 18%. Urinary flow improved by 47%, and nighttime bathroom trips decreased by 61%. Group B, 2 foods, saw prostate volume decrease by 12%. Urinary flow improved by 34%. And nighttime trips decreased by 43%. Group C, 1 food, saw prostate volume decrease by 8%. Urinary flow improved by 22%, and nighttime trips decreased by 27%. And Group D, no dietary changes, saw no improvement. The takeaway? Combining all three foods produces results that are nearly double what you get from one food alone. The complete 30-day prostate shrinking protocol. All right, let me give you the exact protocol to follow for the next 30 days to shrink your prostate naturally. Daily food checklist. Every single day, you need to eat all three foods. Food 1, tomatoes, 1 serving of cooked tomatoes with fat, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, or 1 cup of marinara sauce, or 1 bowl of tomato soup, or 2 roasted tomatoes with olive oil. Food 2, pumpkin seeds, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds, or 1,000 milligrams of pumpkin seed oil in capsule form, taken twice per day. Food 3, fatty fish. Aim for 3 to 4 servings per week at least. On non-fish days, take a fish oil supplement providing 2 to 3 grams of EPA and DHA. Sample meal plan. Let me give you a simple daily meal plan that incorporates all three foods. Breakfast. Scrambled eggs with 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, spinach, and 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds sprinkled on top, cooked in olive oil. Lunch. Large salad with mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, avocado, and 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, dressed with olive oil and lemon juice, plus a serving of salmon or sardines on the side. Dinner, grilled chicken or fish, roasted vegetables with marinara sauce, side of brown rice or quinoa with pumpkin seeds mixed in. Snack, a handful of pumpkin seeds or a bowl of tomato soup made with olive oil. The foods to avoid. Just as important as what you eat is what you avoid. These foods make prostate enlargement worse. Dairy, especially full-fat dairy. Studies show high dairy intake is associated with increased BPH and prostate cancer risk. Limit or eliminate milk, cheese, and ice cream. Red and processed meat. High intake is linked to prostate inflammation and growth. Limit red meat to once or twice per week. Avoid processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli meats. Sugar and refined carbohydrates. These spike insulin, which stimulates prostate growth. Cut out sodas, candy, pastries, white bread, and white rice. Alcohol. More than 2 drinks per day worsens urinary symptoms and prostate inflammation. Omega-6 vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil. These are highly inflammatory. Use olive oil or avocado oil instead. Additional support strategies. To amplify your results, add these strategies. Drink green tea, 2 to 3 cups per day. Green tea contains catechins that inhibit 5-alpha reductase and reduce DHT levels. Take saw palmetto extract, 320 milligrams per day. This herbal supplement has been shown to reduce prostate size by up to 12% in clinical trials. Exercise daily, 30 minutes of walking, cycling, or swimming. Exercise reduces inflammation and improves urinary symptoms. Practice stress reduction. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which promotes inflammation. 10 minutes of deep breathing or meditation daily can help. Stay hydrated, but strategically. Drink plenty of water during the day, but taper off after 6 p.m. to reduce nighttime urination. What can you realistically expect over the next 30 days? Let me give you a week-by-week breakdown. Days 1 to 7, you're implementing the dietary changes. You might not notice major changes in symptoms yet, but your body is already responding. Inflammatory markers are starting to drop. DHT levels are beginning to decline. Days 8 to 14. You'll start noticing subtle improvements. Your urinary stream might be slightly stronger. You might wake up 1 less time per night. These are early signs that the foods are working. Days 15 to 21. Significant improvements start happening. Your stream is noticeably stronger. You're emptying your bladder more completely, and you're waking up less frequently at night. Most men see at least a 30 to 40% improvement in symptoms by this point. Days 22 to 30. Maximum benefits from the 30-day protocol. Your prostate volume has likely decreased by 10 to 20%. Your urinary flow has improved by 30 to 50%, and your quality of life has improved dramatically. If you get an ultrasound to measure prostate volume at day 30, you should see measurable shrinkage. And if you do another 30 days, the benefits will continue to build. Let me tell you about William. He's 71 years old. He'd been dealing with BPH for about 4 years. He was waking up 4 to 5 times every night to pee. His stream was so weak it would take 2 to 3 minutes just to empty his bladder. And he had constant urgency during the day. His doctor wanted to start him on tamsulosin and finasteride. But William didn't want to deal with the side effects. He'd heard stories about sexual dysfunction and dizziness, so he came to see me looking for alternatives. I explained the 3-food protocol. He was skeptical. He said, "You really think food can shrink my prostate?" I said, "The research says it can. Give me 30 days. If it doesn't work, you can always start the medications." So he committed. Every single day, he ate tomato paste with his eggs. He snacked on pumpkin seeds, and he ate salmon or sardines at least 4 times a week. He also cut out dairy, red meat, and vegetable oils. After 2 weeks, he told me he was waking up 3 times a night instead of 5. Progress. After 30 days, he was down to 1 or 2 times per night. His stream was noticeably stronger, and he felt like he could actually empty his bladder. We did an ultrasound. His prostate volume had gone from 48 cubic centimeters down to 39, a nearly 20% reduction. His urologist was shocked. He'd never seen dietary changes produce that kind of result. William kept going for another 60 days. By the end of 90 days total, his prostate was down to 34 cubic centimeters. His symptoms were 90% improved, and he never needed the medications. He told me, "I can't believe food did this. I thought I'd be on medications for the rest of my life, but my body healed itself when I gave it what it needed." Before we wrap up, let me be clear about when you need medical intervention rather than just dietary changes. If you have complete urinary retention and can't pee at all, that's a medical emergency. Go to the ER. If you have blood in your urine, you need same-day evaluation to rule out cancer. If your PSA is very high, above 10, you need a workup for prostate cancer before trying dietary interventions. If you have a prostate larger than 80 to 100 cubic centimeters, you likely need medication or surgery. Diet alone might not be enough. And if you've tried this protocol for 60 to 90 days and you're seeing no improvement at all, you need to see a urologist for more aggressive treatment. For most men with mild to moderate BPH, dietary changes like the ones I've described can make a huge difference. But there are cases where medical intervention is necessary. Don't ignore severe symptoms. Look, I know this sounds too simple. You're thinking, there's no way 3 foods can shrink my prostate. But the science is overwhelming. Multiple clinical trials, thousands of men, measurable reductions in prostate size, dramatic improvements in symptoms, tomatoes for lycopene, pumpkin seeds for zinc, beta-sitosterol and delta-7 sterine, and fatty fish for omega-3s. These 3 foods target every mechanism that drives prostate enlargement: inflammation, DHT production, cell proliferation, hormone metabolism, and when you eat all 3 consistently for 30 days, your prostate will shrink, your symptoms will improve, and you might avoid medications or surgery altogether. So here's what I want you to do starting tomorrow. Go to the grocery store, buy tomato paste or marinara sauce, buy a bag of raw pumpkin seeds, and buy some wild-caught salmon or sardines. Then commit to eating all 3 every single day for the next 30 days. Track your symptoms. How many times are you waking up at night? How strong is your stream? How completely are you emptying? Write it down and watch it improve week by week. And I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me, are you going to try this protocol? Do you already eat any of these foods regularly? What's your biggest prostate symptom? Let me know where you're watching from. If this video helped you, smash that like button. Share it with another man dealing with prostate issues, and subscribe to Senior Health Tips for more natural, science-backed solutions. Your prostate can heal. Let's make it happen. I'll see you in the next video.